Faith is a link to God. Faith link to God. Links us to God. Now we are going to start on on Hebrew. Hebrew 11. We have to know first what is faith into us. Hebrew 11 verse 1.
This one?
Yeah.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
2.
For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Yes. You see, but the Bible talking about faith is the substance of things we hope for, the evidence of things we not see. Now, what we don't see is God. God, we cannot see him. I know when many church, many Christians, when they're talking about that verse, the first thing also they're seeing is what you hope to get from God. You know, planning houses, I need good job, I need this. You need faith because you don't see it first, and then when you believe, then you're gonna have it. But now we need to go a little bit deeper about faith in the spiritual way with God. Now we know God, we don't see him. We know God is a spirit. Now we're living here. Someone gonna tell me, okay, God loves you, God is with you. Where he is? Maybe you need some evidence to prove, but faith is a good key to make you to understand God lives in you, God is with you. Then later on through your life, then you're gonna start seeing how he works into your life, blessing you, protecting you. Those will come later. But the first thing we need to understand is we have just to believe God exists. God is invisible, but he lives in us. That the faith, the evidence of things we not see. You know, we don't see God. I hope to have some blessing. I hope to have this. But I don't see that yet. But I believe that is already there for me. Same thing with God. Now, the Bible is saying, for by it the elders obtain a good report. The elders here are those we know in the Bible. They believe in God. Paul, David, all those people in the Bible we know. When God called them, even in the Old Testament, if you have time, you will see they did not see God. God was appear to different people, like prophet, he was appear to different way we talk about it. But here we're seeing those elders, those people who believe in God long time ago, the end of their life, they had a good testimony. Why? Because they stay firm with God. They were standing there, believed whatever he told them, even they don't see it yet. They believe, and then later on, at the end of their life, they get it. God told them, I will give you the promised land. They were slaves in Egypt. They never been there. Abraham been there, but it was a while ago, many years later. Then Moses came. Moses took them, start taking them to the land they don't know. But they kept faith. And those who did not have faith, they even reached closer to the land, and God took them back again to the desert. And then what happened is God killed all of them, and the children who were born on the desert, those are the ones who went to the land of the promise of land. Why? The only thing who can bring you close to God is faith. Just believe, period. Just believe exists. Now, that is something, it looked like normal, it looked like easy, but it's hard. Because like God, I'm not seeing him, but God is telling me, okay, you're going to be healed. You're going to be blessed. You're going to have this. But how? I don't see that. Because human being today in our time, we love to see. We love to touch. We love to feel before to believe something. That's where the big difference is between believe without seeing. That the faith we have to talk about today. That's what I'm saying. Faith is a key, is a link to make us connect with God. We know about him. But how are you going to live in me? How I know he lives in me. I know, yes, but how he works in my life. That's why we're going to go to the second verse, Matthew 17. Matthew 17. Verse 17.
Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
You see, here they brought somebody about to Jesus Christ. I believe the disciple, if you read all the story, you will see they was unable to do something. Now look how Jesus Christ talking to them. Look, he said, first he's calling them, he said, then Jesus answered and said, "Oh, faithless and perverse generation." If you look our time today, if you look our generation today, you will see how people talking about God. You can see how people love God. You can see how they acting, showing they love God. But when you want to see the faith, there is no faith. People don't really trust God. We don't see miracle today. We don't really see it. That if you look people today, people really trust to what they can see. I have an example. I have a disease. Yes, I have to go to the doctor. That's good because they have a medicine. But to trust in God can heal me, people are like, okay, I know, but because we are in the time, we are in the generation, God knew faith will go down because problem will increase, situation will increase, crisis will increase, many things will come in our generation. Now our faith will go down. Today you can see it's like people don't really even need the faith today. People need to see and then believe. Or God is not working that way. That's why it's time for us to go back to faith, to believe God is alive, God has a power to do something, and then we need to trust, we need to stay firm. We need to stand there and just stay firm. Don't shake your faith. That's why it's just Christ saying, he started first calling them, he said this, he said, "Oh, faithless generation and perverse generation." That means you don't have you cannot stand in the one place. You're shaking so much. Today you are here, tomorrow you're crying, you're worrying too much. Today you are strong, tomorrow you're so weak. How God will work with you? God wants you when you stand, believe. We're talking about it, the power of God. When he says something, accept to you to believe you're going to do it. Or accept to you to reject it because you don't see something yet. Because God wants, God, I may ask God, I say, God, okay, I want to see you. I want to see you through an example, my marriage. But I'm saying it's not working. It's getting, both sides. Today good, tomorrow like this. But for God, He's watching me like, okay, if you really believe me, you're going to wait. But if you don't believe me, that's why you are changing your position. You cannot stand in the same place, one place, and waiting for me to do it. Why? Because only God knows the right time and the right moment to give you what you need. Most of the time when we're asking God something, you know what happened? We all already had the answer. God, I want this in my business, an example. But I already have the answer. I want that way. I need my family to be saved, an example. But I already make that picture how they're going to be saved. Now, God is not working that way. God wants us to understand that He is the one who's making a plan. He is the one who knows in the right time. But He wants you to believe and to stay there. Faith is to have a hope to think we don't see. I have hope to God I don't see. I believe in Him. And then because I believe, I know He's alive. He will do something. He's going to do it. Now, He's talking about the generation. I want you to understand that the generation we are. And then we need to be out of this generation. Because this generation, people are mixed. Those believe in God, wrong, whatever, atheists, but everything is mixed in this generation. That's why faith is not working today. Now, God wants us to be out of that generation. Now, when you look at that generation and then you look as you have to see the difference. The generation will say, thing is not working now. I will say, with God, it's going to work. Let me tell you, it's going to work. Because it's God. That's going to take away fear. That's going to take away doubt. That's going to take away confusion. Many Christians are so confused because they don't really trust God. They're saying, I know God, I believe God. But when we reach a point of trust, that was the problem. Because I can see my flesh, I can feel, I can know my thought. But that God, okay, we're just talking, but I don't see Him. That's where faith should come. If I ask you, show me faith, you cannot show me faith. Faith is not something I can hold. Faith is a word, and inside that word, that's what we're sharing now, we need just to believe without seeing. And then the Bible saying, later on, we will see it. Now, let's move on. Matthew 17:20.
And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and
Amen.
nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Amen. You see, now Jesus Christ is giving a little example of the grain of mustard. When you have time, go and Google about the grain of mustard. You will see that grain is this very small grain, among all the grain on the earth, the very small one. Now he said, if you have faith, even like that grain, you can do a lot. That means Jesus Christ is waiting for us to have a faith. The devil fighting our faith. He knows we know God. He knows we understand God. He knows we love God. He knows how much we are deep with Him. But when it's time about faith, that where is like fight star. Because when my ear gonna get some news, my eyes will see some stuff, my faith starts shaking. I'm not sure. I don't know. I will see. No. You don't even have to think that way. Think about that small grain of mustard. Now, when Jesus Christ giving that example, I understand when he's looking us or his disciple, even that time, he was not even seeing that faith. He can see scare. He can see doubt. He can see hesitation. But he's saying, listen, it's not you who are going to do it. It's me who's going to do it. But I need that connection with you. I know you believe me. I know you trust me. I know I'm there with you. I know I will not forsake you. I know that. And I know you know that. But there is that things who the devil trying to fight. I'm waiting you to have it. And then when you have that, you will see me in your life. Whatever what. When God told me, you're going to go to America. I spoke with my wife. We're going to come to America. Listen, we did not have money. Nothing. We did not have something who can make us or can give us confidence we will go. Even our passport. Now, I should be now in the way like, okay, God will fulfill it. But the devil will fighting with my thought. No, how are you going to go? You need a passport. How are you going to go? You need a ticket. How are you going to go? You need to fly in the airplane. How are you going to go? And then when I took all those pictures I put in my mind, you know what's coming to me? I doubt. I'm like, okay, that's impossible. But God now is allowing those kind of situation now waiting for you to bring that small grain of seed as your faith. Just said, God will do it. And God will do it. I'm telling you 100%, God will do it. We need to start make growing of faith. Whatever happened, even your past is bad, even you was a loser. But since you understand God, since you understand you need that small faith, take that small faith. Take it. It's giving. He said just hold that and you will see. It's not you going to do it. I will do it. And then that's going to start growing and growing and growing and growing. Amen. Now, let's go to Matthew where we are, 21. 21. Verse 21.
Jesus answered and said unto them, Verily I say unto you, if ye have faith, and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done.
Yes. Now, Jesus Christ here is talking about the fig. Yes, fig. Now, when he came, he was about to get something from the fig. One day we're going to talk about a fig. But he did not get something. And then he cursed the fig. And then one day, later on, he come back. Everything he said about the fig was happened. And the disciple was like, wow, you just said, and then look, that's happened. Now look what Jesus Christ telling them. Remember, he said, faithless generation. We are in a generation faith is not working. People just talk, oh, we have faith, but you don't see it in people today. You see, people don't trust. People trust, I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's good, but you will see where people putting their faith. Medicine, hospitals, science, technology. Because people saying that. But, they're saying they believe in God. But when you look those people, that's why the Bible told us in the book of Hebrew 11:2, the orders obtain a good testimony. Those orders, they did not have this technology we have. But when they believe in God and God was healing, when they believe God was bring them back alive. I have that sister, last Sunday I was preaching at church. I give that testimony of that sister. She was there tonight. I told her, bring me those papers. When I'm talking about your testimony, I need to show those papers to people. They declared her she had a cancer. And then I was preaching that day, and I said, anyone who have a faith, just tomorrow morning go to the hospital. Just if you have faith, it's not me, it's God. Go to the hospital and God heal you. That sister went to the hospital Monday. She went to the hospital. She started first to General Hospital. And then she be there. The nurse asked her, you don't have an appointment. Why did you come today? Look how she said. I have a faith, God heal me. I come you to check me. My cancer is done. The nurse said, you crazy? What happened to you? Who told you your cancer is out? Give me your name. She took the name. Yeah, that's you. You had a cancer, but what are you talking about? Even you don't have an appointment today. Listen how she said. My pastor was preaching Sunday, and the pastor said, anyone who believe, come because God, come to the hospital, check up because God healed. I believe God healed me. The nurse asked her, who is your pastor? She said, Pastor Timothy. She said, I don't even know him. That's why I want to tell you something. God can change your identity. God can take you to the poor place, make you rich. God can take you any wrong. God can change your life and make you the best. Look, that nurse doesn't know me. But it was not me, it was God. But she could not even understand God can do something. And then because she was keep asking, do me the test, they said, okay, we're going to do it. The nurse was like, okay. She was like, she's crazy. Now they went to the computer, they done everything. At the end, they called her. They said, you know what? Your cancer is out. They call free, right? Cancer free. They said, no. We need to send you to Roswell. They sent her to Roswell. The same happened. Today, she's free of cancer. She's in the church now. Why? Because she had a small faith as a grain of mustard. That is the great connection with God. Don't even think, oh, my problem been for a long time, 10 years. I try. No, that's not your problems. God can leave you in that position for many years and one day heal you just to show how great He is. He can heal you in 2 days. He can heal you after 1 year. His problem is what? Stay firm. That is connection with Him. He loves that. It's like you're telling the world and then you're telling all the spirit you don't see, I trust Him, even I don't see Him. Because His truth is there. And He is in you, Now let's go to Mark 5. We learn, He told His disciples, if you don't doubt, you will do it. That I was telling you, never doubt. Because the only thing taking people us is doubting. I doubt. Oh, no, I know, but, pastor, but. Me, when somebody talk to me, and then he just bring that word, but, I'm saying, okay, it's done. When we just start talking, God, pastor, I believe this, Sister Sydney, that, and then you say, but, everything you said before is gone. Because you say, first you start in a positive way. I know God, He do not do this. I know God, nothing is impossible to God. God is good. I know this. But everything you said before is gone. Now we have to wait for the next sentence. When we put but, that means, I'm not sure there. Now listen this. What you're going to say now, that's going to happen. Another way is another faith, but the wrong faith. The devil gonna take advantage to that.
Well, that's why most people's faith is that Jesus is God, but.
But thank you, and then everything is far.
And that's why it just falls apart.
Parts of power. Thank you, Sister Bethany. Now, Mark 5:34.
And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague.
Yeah, you see, and then he said into her daughter, the faith had made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of the plague. He starts saying this, my daughter, your faith save you and go in peace. It did not say my faith. Your faith. We need to have a faith. That family, that mother, whatever it was, her father here, but that daughter believe in God. Trust in that man. The Bible, the book of Isaiah saying, in his face did not have something to attract people. That means it was not really beautiful, I would say. Good face, Jesus Christ. No, it was just like, you cannot even imagine how he was looking. But the book of Isaiah telling us nothing in him can attract people. Now that girl was like looking him, but it was not the face. It was seeing what was in him. I cannot see. That was God. That's what the Bible calling the flesh the servant of God. It's just the flesh. That you can see, they can tell, you can see, you can hear. But what is you cannot see, that's what God is waiting for you to be connected with. It's him, God. And then when you reach that point, you overcome.
I think our flesh is serving us.
Exactly. That's why I say your faith heal you. God's waiting for us to trust him even a little thing. Just a little bit, and it's going to do the work. I always, when I came out from the forest, I started talking to my family about that God. My mother was a Catholic, my father also, and then some of my family. They was looking at me like, you think you coming first? You're coming from the forest. First, you never been in school about those things you're telling us. Secondly, you are only you. Now you're trying to tell us, God talked to you, and then if we don't receive what you're telling us, we're going to go to the hell. We will not see God. You see how God is? But if I did not have faith, I would say, oh God, I'm gone. I'm done with this because I can't understand me, those things coming to my mind, you talking to me, showing me, and then no, God, I know I'm wrong. But God was keep telling me, faith. One day you will see. One day you will see. Look where I am today. I am in Lutheran Church. Why? For that small faith. By that time, I did not see that faith. But it was in me. But it took many years. And because I was standing there, today it's fulfilled. My wife may look me, and then she's going to be like, oh, he has a good testimony because he told me that today's happened. Now, faith is not really, God, for God is nothing. He can bless you, he can do whatever. But you need this for the rest of the people around you to understand really what God revealed to you, and then you trust, and then you're trying to say to people they don't believe, but one day you're going to be a testimony. You're going to have a good testimony and they call that, good testimony. People are going to be like, wow, he was right, she was right. That will happen. But you need faith. Because if you don't have faith, you're going to keep, going right and left. You're going to keep shaking yourself for no reason. That's why you see Jewish people, where they stand until today, they don't care about the war. Jewish people, even now, every Saturday, they do nothing. They don't watch TV. They do nothing. No work, no cooks. They stay home. Why they kept that faith? They remember about the Moses, all those law. Because they know that God is true. And then whatever he said, we need to stuck there. One day it will come. I'm not talking about those who want, because those who right now, they must lost. But I'm talking about those who knew he gonna come. They was waiting. Those who knew we're gonna go one day to the kingdom. They're waiting. I know he's coming, but I need to have a faith. If I don't have faith, he said, when I will come, then I will find faith. We need that connection with him. That's why he said, your faith heal you. You need to have a faith. My sister, you need to have a faith. You have to say, that's mine. God bless me. I will move on. I will get this. Anytime you believe that, forget about everything. Most of the time, why we're failing? Because when I believe something, and then I say, okay, God told me I have to believe this. I will get this. I believe that God. Now, I get something in my hand, and later on, that thing destroy or I lose it, or is gone. Now, the devil going to tell you, you know what? Stop thinking about this God. Look, you was thinking, he told you whatever you're going to get, it's him who gives you, but look, you don't have it. But what we don't know, you may think I need a car, an example. God give me this. And God give you, later on, that car is gone. Maybe God was, that was not the good one who should make you happy. Maybe that was the one who will make you worse one day. The Bible is saying the blessing of God never follow with curse. That means anything you have, if you lose that, praise God. Praise him. Don't even, yes, because you have a flesh, you can ask a question, but at the end of the day, before you sleep, say, God, thank you. I know you have something the best. I keep trust you. God wants that faith still. Still. One day, you're going to have a good testimony. You will obtain a good testimony. Mark 9. Mark 9:24.
And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more into him.
Now, you see, if you look, who cast out the spirit, it was Jesus. But what the Father done, he believed. You see, what you have to do, just believe. The one who will do the work is God. But God needs that connection with you. I need an example, my business to grow. That's a good point. But what God is waiting for you is keep trust that company will grow. Now, who will do the work? It's him. I need my family to receive God, an example. That's good. But what you have to do, keep believe God will do something. Don't feel like he left me behind. Now, who will do the work? It's him. Because the key here is what? The key here is, I show you that already, we are spirit. That flesh we have now is nothing. Now the fight is in the spirit. It's not in the flesh. Now where the devil taking advantage, the devil knows man want to see. Man, human being want to feel. Human being want to understand. Yes, understand is right. He want to hear before he trusts. Now God said, you don't see, but believe. You don't feel, but believe. Now that way is the fight there. You know, that father said, I believe. Now because just he said that, what happened? Jesus Christ cast out those evil spirits because he believed. That's why he told that girl, your faith heal you. It's not you because you trust and then you do something to be healed. No. Because you trust me. Because you say, whatever what, I believe you. That's why he told Thomas this. Thomas, do you believe because you're seeing me? Happy those who did not see me and believe. We are. You know why I say we? Because many people thinking they already have God through the Son of God. And because through the Son, that Son never existed, they don't have God. That's why you see today, to many churches, crowd of people, but no miracle, no think about faith. It's better, yes, talk about God, but there is no life in the spirit. People still crying, worrying, depression. They do, people are like going in and out empty. Why? Because you have to know who you believe. When he said, girl, your faith, why he say your faith? Because you trust me. That's faith. Now, happy those who did not see me. Now we don't see him. Who we not seeing? God. Not the Son, but God. Now, because we believe we don't see him, but we believe he is here, now we need a faith. And when we reach that point, he will work. We will see the glory, and then we will testify. Now, let's go to the book of Luke 5. Luke 5:20.
And when he saw their faith, he said unto him, Man, thy sins are forgiven thee.
Yeah. Here they brought people, some people was sick. They brought from the ceiling and they bring him down where Jesus Christ was. Now look how Jesus Christ talking to that woman, that man. He starts saying this. The first thing he was looking was what? When you read your Bible, look in verse 20. And when he saw what? Their faith. He was not looking the flesh of them. He was looking who believe me. That's what he's looking to see first. Yeah, I know God came. I believe in God, yes. But when God looking at me, I still doubting. Oh, it's not going to work. But I know, God, you came, but I'm not sure. It's not saying faith. He need it because you already trust him. You already know him. You already come to him. You come to me, yes. You come from the ceiling. Yes, I know, that's good. But now I want to see faith in you. That is bringing me. It's like you pulling me to you. It's like you're attracting me. Do you understand? It's like you're saying, it's like God sitting, an example. Now you're pulling him to you. That is faith. The Bible is saying when he looked them, he saw their faith. Then he said, I forgive your sin. Now, I may done wrong stuff in my life. You may done so many wrong stuff in your life. Today, God is telling you, because you have faith, he forgive your sin. Now, for you to believe God forgive your sin, you need to do what? To have a faith, to trust he forgive you. Because something will tell you, you done this, God cannot forgive you. God is perfect. No, not just Christ telling you, listen, it's about faith. You need faith. You need to believe I died for you. You need to believe I spread out my blood for you. And this blood is to clean you. You need to believe I am alive. And it's me, the owner of everything. And I have the right to forgive you. Now you believe me, I forgive you. You are free. But he's waiting to see if you trust him. If those people did not have faith, before even he heal, he cannot forgive them. He should just looking them, and then they was looking him, and they don't know what happened. But what happened now? They trust. We believe he's gonna do something, and that is like, I can put that in his way. It's like a woman seeing a man. For the man to attract woman or girl to him, he need to, he may learn or know what he should do to attract her. Maybe how to speak very good. Maybe to bring her flowers. Maybe, to laugh. Maybe to do something, hiding and make surprise. And then he knows when we do this, she's just going to come to me. It's like Jesus Christ. Faith is like you. It's like flowers. God, look. And it's like, oh, I'm coming. It's like he cannot resist through faith. He's going to come. Because you know how many people don't believe God can? How many people don't believe God can heal? They talk, but they don't believe that. That's why what I'm telling people is this. If you are sick, before you go to the hospital, pray first. Then go. Pray for it because it's God healing. Then go. He knows what he's going to do. That's why we need faith. Because anytime God is looking, when you wake up in the morning, he look up to you, he's looking to see where is his faith. Because he knows during the day, you're going to have a depression, news, problem will come, somebody will call you, you're going to have that news. Now, I got a faith. Okay, it can walk. That faith will protect you, will make you strong. That faith will tell you, whatever is not going on in my day, I know God is there. I know it's going to work. That's going to give you peace, joy, everything. That's going to take away doubt in you. And then you're going to be strong. Now, let's go to the book of Acts 3:16. Acts 3:16. Yeah. Now listen this.
And his name through faith in his name hath made this man strong, whom ye see and know. Yea, the faith which is by him hath given him this perfect soundness in the presence of you all.
Now listen how he said this. And his name through faith in his name had made this man strong. Do you understand that? Oh my God. God is so beautiful. That's why we need to understand the name of God. It's very important. The only name who can save you is the name of God. There is no name of somebody or prophet or son. Listen, I'm a son of God too, but my name cannot save you. Brother is a son of God, but his name cannot save you. Sister Bethany also, she's a daughter of God, but her name cannot save you. Now he said, and his name through faith. That means Jesus Christ's name, the only way that name may have a power, he is a true faith. Even the devil knows. That's what the Bible is saying. In that name, all kneel, bow down. That name will work only through faith. That's why you see many people today ask them about Jesus. Everybody talk about Jesus, but there is no faith, there is no miracle. And that name they're talking about, they don't know even that name belongs to who. That's why you see today, look, I don't know, look those people today, even going to the church, they still worrying, they have a depressed, they're drunk, they don't know where to go, but they're still there. Now that name walk with faith. Now the Bible is saying, and his name through faith in his name had made this man strong. That name is a faith. Now when you trust in that name, now because that name see your faith, now is that name who will come and do miracle, will make you strong. Because it's the name of God. Why? Because only God can do something in your life. That's why I say, I will come and I will save you. Isaiah say, me, God. Now remember we spoke about God. God is a spirit. That means even the devil is a God in the world. He may have many names. That's why we need to know the right name. Because it's that name who makes strong. It's that name who save. It's that name who heal. It's that name who do everything. Now, that name need the faith. Now, when you have faith in that name will do something in your life. Now, you have faith in which name? You see what people are lost? Even more going so far away, Mary. No, yes, Mary's, God used her, but it's not the name. Prophet tell, I don't know. Buddha. Yes, it's good name. You can be whatever, but it's not. It cannot do nothing. The Son of God. Okay, Son. Which is his name? Jesus. No, that the name of the Son of God maybe, I don't know, it may be John or whatever. Because that name, that God doesn't have a son, he's saying, I'm the son of God too. But that name is the name who was hiding for many years. That name, Jacob asked, what is your name? He said, why do you want to know this name? The book of Revelation says he hid that name for himself. And in the right time, he revealed that name. What is that name? The Word of God, the Revelation telling us. The Word of God is the name of God. Now the Word of God became a flesh. That flesh was called Jesus Christ. Now that name, you need the faith for him to move on. If that name doesn't see a faith, he cannot move. You can talk, you can call, it's just going to stay. Now when you have faith, I trust you, that name, you are God, you came, you trust that name. Now that name will come and do miracle. Save you, heal you, do everything you want. That's great. Now, we are in the book of Acts. Let's go to the book of Romans 14. Romans 14. Oh, I'm blessed. Thank you, Jesus. Romans 14, verse 22. Now listen to this, Sister Sydney. That's for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before God. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth.
Amen. You see what God said? That, I don't know, that may be a prophecy for you. Keep it. God said, has to faith. In French they said, keep that faith in front of God. You see? You need to keep it. You need to have that all the time. Even you feel like fear coming to you, God said, keep it. Don't lose that. Because I know you're still in the flesh. You can shake yourself. But keep it. Just keep that. That's the only thing I need to see when I'm looking at you. Is that faith. Trust. Just keep it. Don't worry. Don't think too much. Just keep that faith. Don't even ask yourself a question. God, why? I don't understand. No. God said, no. You're going to lose me. It's about me. It's not about you. Keep that faith. Because God said to Jeremiah, before you was born, I knew you. Before you was in your mother's womb, I knew you. I established you, prophet. I knew. That means even before you make mistake, I knew it. Now, even before you have a problem, I knew it. But you know what I need? Keep faith. Just keep that faith in front of me. Don't follow whatever happened around your mind. I knows about it. Somewhere in the Bible said, before even you open your mouth to talk to me, I know which word exact you're going to tell me. Oh, this God is so beautiful. Daniel, you know Daniel, right? He was praying. He went to 21 days fasting. And then God sent the angel to bless him. He was stopping somewhere. But God, the angel said this when he came after, he said, before even you open your mouth to pray to God, God knew exactly what you're gonna said. And God already, before you finish, he answered you. But it took time for him as a man. But for God, he was gone. That's what God wants us to understand. Before confusion start coming to your mind, I knew it. Before you start asking so many questions in your mind, I knew it. But at the end of that, I already have an answer for you. The only difference was the difference. You are in time. I am out of time. I can control time and out of time because everything is about me. But the only thing I'm asking you in front of me, another way, because you believe me, just keep the faith. Just keep it. Don't let that go, because that bring me to you. If you take that away because of fear, if you take that away because of confusion, if you take that away because something wrong, I don't know what happened, it's like you're taking me away from you. God is good. God loves us so much. That the love of God. God be blessed. Amen. Now, God said, keep that faith in front of me. And then say, happy is he that condemn not himself in that thing which he alone. God is telling us, the only way you're going to be happy if you stop condemning, condemning stuff you think is right for you. Don't do that. If you know what I'm doing is right, just do it. Even you don't see that happen, don't even start thinking, oh, maybe I was wrong. No. If you know it's right, that's going to give God glory, do it for God. God will assist you. That's what the Bible somewhere said. If you have a way, chance to say a good word, God says, say it. That's why sometimes you need to be careful what you said. Sometime in my life that, I learned, I was like, I can say something to somebody, and that happened after a couple of days or month. God told me, you see, you know why? Because it's not you who lives anymore. It's me. That means whatever you're feeling you can do good, do it. And be happy. Happy is not for everybody. Happy is for those who he revealed himself to them. And knowing now, we need to trust him. You are happy. You have happiness in you. Now listen, Sister Sydney, verse 23. What he said.
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Yeah. Now anything you do, if you know God lives in you, and then you know what I'm doing here is just for God's glory, whatever. But you know it's not going to destroy you. You know it's not going to destroy somebody. God said, if you're doing that, but you doubt, right away stop. Don't do it. Now, why I'm giving you that verse is that to show you faith is not working with doubt. Small doubt destroy the faith. That means God teaching us there, we need to trust him 100%. Telling you. Listen. I came to America, my wife, 4 kids, my mother. I have my young sister husband. With how many kids? Like two. All those money, I did not spend even $1. That was, I said, God, if really you send me to America, that is my big sign I want to see. I did not doubt. I just brought that to God. Show me. God said, okay. God used my stepmother by herself. She just saw me. She said, you know what? According to my name, Gerard, that's my name, family name. I want to bless you. We start talking. Say, I will buy the ticket for your wife, everybody, and you don't have to pay me back. Faith. Faith shaking God. Faith bring him to come to your problems. That's why he said, without doubt. Doubt, stop that faith. That's why I told you, when you start saying something, you say, but, you're done. You're done. You need to, I don't know how you can do again. But when you start saying something, just say it and stay there. Done. Move on. Trust. Trust him. You will see him working. That's what he's waiting for us to do. You want to see us with faith. Like me, I have faith. Little road church here. I'm not seeing what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing something different. And I'm not doubting, I'm not thinking, I'm just saying amen and I move on. The rest belong to him. God be blessed. Now, 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians 13. verse 13.
And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity.
Charity. Why the great is charity? Because when you have a surety, who is surety is God. Now when you have a surety, that means you trust him and you hope in him. Those the two things he wants. 1 Corinthians 13. He said, and now I bet faith, hope, charity. Those three. But the greatest of those is charity. You know, when you love, you trust. I love my wife. That's why I trust her. I love my wife. I have hope in her. If I'm sick, she can help me. Take me, clean my face maybe. Now, when you have a charity, that's why God is a charity. God is a faith. God knows whatever I'm telling you, if you trust, that's going to be fulfilled one day. Now, we need to love God. Now, because we love God so much, we need to trust him. Now, because we trust him, we need to have a hope. God will never forsake us. That's why one day we're going to talk about when he's going to come. He's going to make us ready. Many people doesn't know that. Do you know that? What people knows is this. He's going to come as a thief. Nobody will know. But in the Bible also, God said, those who belong to me will not be surprised that day. How come? He knows how he's going to make the way for us not to be surprised. That's why we need to trust him. And to have hope in him. And that make us love him. That's why I say the greatness is a charity. Now when you have faith in him, you have hope in him, you're going to love him. Love is the key. Now let's go to the book.
So charity means love?
Love.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how it is in here. This says love in here.
Okay.
They say love, right?
In this one, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
I was
looking
trying
at
to
both
find
because
Oh, okay.
I'm
Good.
having trouble with this
Yeah,
one.
that English is hard for me too.
It's hard because old time English, because English now, charity is giving.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
But charity then, so it's because faith, hope, and love.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Man, no problem. Now, Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6, verse 16.
Yeah.
Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yes. Above all, take the shield of faith. You see, that means the devil going to attack you. Another way, problem will come. God is showing is like those fire. You don't know. I don't understand. All those things gonna come. I'm praying for my family. That's gonna. It's like those. Trying to bring you down. Now God said, listen, take that above as your shield. Meaning, it's not you, but that thing will be stopped by your faith. I believe God's gonna stop it. I believe God will gonna do something. I believe it's gonna work. I believe I will get solution. I believe that's your shield. That's why we need a faith. If you don't have a faith, that's why those children of Israel, when they leave Egypt, most of them die in the desert. They knew God. They had God. He blessed them. He gave them manna. He gave them the 10 commandments. But they did not go to the promised land. Why? They did not have a faith. Why? Most of the time they was looking people, the nation, and they was be confused. And at the end of the day, they lost everything. That's what the book of Hebrews just told us. The elders, they obtained a good testimony. Why? They have a faith. We need to have a faith. Wherever we're going to go, your faith is going to be your shield. But actually, it's not your faith. That is just the language of God to push you to say, trust me. Because He's going to be your shield. Because He is a spirit. Those things will come in the spirit, He's going to stop that. But because if you know Him but you don't trust Him, how you will do it? That was calling again faith. Faith connect us with him. Faith is also, he said, put that above everything. Above everything. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I have a faith right away. Because when I'm driving my car, I know accidents may come. I know when I'm going to my work, I can cut. I know anything may come. I need a shield around my life. I need a shield around my wife. I need a shield around my children. That's why when I pray, I just pray for all of them. That's also something you can pray. God, let my faith be a shield for all my family. God will do it. That's why God protecting us until now. 1 Timothy 1.
Well, I like that because if faith is a shield, then it's a protection. And if
Yes.
faith is what links you to God, then God comes and lives in you and works for you. And
Yes.
so if you have God and faith, then Satan can do nothing.
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 It's a shield.
So you just constantly just
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said.
professing the positive because
Amen.
you're already protected.
Amen.
So nothing bad can happen. to
Yes.
you.
That's why,
That's why when sickness
What-
and disease comes, you're already protected, and you're like, no.
yes.
I
That's
have
why
faith.
I was trying to once to talk with Brother Dave. I was like, I don't know if I can say that word, but if you reach that point, you will understand. God working for you. You see, if you don't reach that point, you will not understand that. God is like, give me the place. I want to do that for you. Because it's me who sent you to the earth. You never asked me to go to the earth. It's me. Jeremiah, I knew before he was born. Jeremiah even did not know I will go one day in the earth. Now because you are there, Tim, Skylar, you are there, Sydney, let me take care of you. But for you to understand that, you need a faith. Faith is the way to track me. Look, those people, they came from the ceiling. What you look first to them? If they have faith. Then he do the job. Oh God. God is a good, another word is a good partner. He take our place. 1 Timothy 1, where we are, verse 19. Now listen to this, Sister Sydney. Yeah, now listen to this.
Holding faith and a good conscience,
Amen.
which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck.
Yes. You see, and I give some example of some brother when you go down, they lost their faith. That means you can lose your faith. Now, God is telling you, holding on that faith. How are you going to hold in that faith? First is 1 Timothy? 1 Timothy chapter 2.
119.
1 Timothy 1:19, yeah, thank you. 1:19. Now let this out. It says holding faith. Remember, he just told us a couple of minutes ago here, let your faith be in front of me. Now he's saying holding your faith. That means your faith can run away. You can lose your faith. Because you let your problem, you let your situation take place in your mind, your faith is gone. He said, hold that faith. Now, how are you going to hold that faith? Look, the next sentence he said, and a good conscience. Your conscience will be good. Trust in him. What I hold my faith in him. And they say many lose that conscience, that faith. That's why you see many people came out from Egypt, they die in the desert because they lose that faith. Why? Maybe they was hungry, they need food, they start thinking about Egypt. Oh, Moses, why did you bring us here in the desert? We were in Egypt, we may have a food. They lose faith. Moses, why did you bring us here? We're looking at our enemies, now they're going to kill us. They lost faith. You can lose your faith just from what the devil can show you. But God said, hold that faith. Hold that. And then you will see his glory. God will bless. 2 Timothy 1. We're going with a couple of verses. We're going to finish. 2 Timothy 1, verse 12.
For the which cause I also suffer these things. Nevertheless, I am not ashamed, for I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that he is able to keep that which I have committed unto him against that day. Hold fast the form of sound words which thou hast heard of me, in faith and love which is in Christ Jesus.
Amen. Do you understand that now? That Paul is talking. He said, that the reason I am suffering of those things. That's what I'm telling you. It's not because you have God, suffering will be run away. No, it may come to your life. It's normal. That's why he also, Jesus Christ, when he was in the flesh, he cried, he suffered. That may come in your life. But hold your faith. Because it may be just for a couple hours, couple days, and it's gonna be gone. Now he continues saying this. But I'm not ashamed because I know to who I believe. That's why it's very important to know who you believe. We believe the God of Israel. Everybody's saying God of Abraham, God of Jacob. Everybody's saying that. But that God of Hebrews say, I will come. He came. But when you reach that point, they reject that. Now, which God you believe? That's why Paul said, I'm not ashamed because I know who I trust. I know who I believe. I know where I'm standing. That's why you need to be strong. You need to be very trusting Him because you know who you believe now. That's why Paul was like, I'm not ashamed. You know why Paul said I'm not ashamed? Because I will tell you something. This true God in our generation, if you believe Him, you are going to be rejected. Because most the people don't believe God came. Most the people, you're going to be like a shame. You're going to be like alone. You're going to be like a reject. That's why Paul said, I'm not ashamed. Because when we talk about Paul was instructed. Paul memorized the law in his mind. Paul knew anyone who will reclaim his God according to the law. Paul knew, I have to kill this man. That means when Paul was going and killing those Christians, Paul knew I was not wrong. I was just following the law. That's why the priest, he was doing a good job. Now, Paul, knowing what I'm doing is right, even for God, and then for the priest, I will get my reward from God, because I am just fulfilling the law, what God said. Now, when Jesus Christ appeared to him in the road of Damascus, telling him, you make me suffering, it's me, Jesus. Now, Paul realized, wow, that you are God. That means I'm trying to against you. Now, for Paul, from that point, he became a shame for the rest of the people. He was like, now I have to go back to those people and telling them the God we're trying to against, those people saying they're wrong, they're right. Now, those people was like, Paul, you also are lost. Now, people will say, I'm not ashamed to trust Him. That's why sometimes you're going to feel like you are alone. Don't feel you are alone. God is with you. Don't even let yourself down. Even you are feeling down, God will lift you up because you trust in Him. You know, Paul, when Jesus Christ appeared to him, he had a scale. You know the scale is like, the fish? When you take the fish, you remove the scale, right? That was in his eyes. When Christ appeared to him, he became blind. And when he went for prayer, they prayed for him, the scale, like the fish things, fell down, and his eyes opened. You know what that means? God gave him a new way to see. That's why for Paul was like, I'm ready for this God. I'm done. I'm not even ashamed. I know where I am standing. I have a faith. That's why those suffering I have, I'm not ashamed. People will insult you. People will call you all the names. What do you think? You know God, who you are. Don't be ashamed. It's not even you who went to seek him. It's him who revealed himself to you. That's why trust him and stand there. He will never forsake you. Now, James 2. I am so blessed today, I don't know why. James 2. James 2, verse 18. Look how James talking here.
Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Now, those two things work together. What that mean now? I was telling you that anybody today asking about faith is going to tell you, I have faith. Ask any question. Do you have faith? Yes, I have faith. Now, James said, listen, you have faith, show me your works. I have faith, I will show you my faith and my works. What that mean? That mean that God I believe, I cannot see, through me, he can show his power. But you show me your faith and I want to see your works. Because I know what you believe, it can do nothing. But I know I have a faith to that God Paul talked about. That's the God I believe. And at that faith I have, I can show you the works. What is the works? When I ask him something, he can prove that. My way to live, my way to trust him, you can see that through my life. Those are the works, I can prove. That means faith should work with works. Those should work together. You cannot have a faith, but you don't see miracle. You don't see the hand of God. You don't see the result. The true God should show himself. That's why he said, I need you to trust me. I will do the work. If somebody bring you down today, trust me, I will lift you up tomorrow. People will see the works. People will see what God do physically, the result. That's what James said. I know this God I believe. God of Hebrew is alive. He came, he died on the cross. After 3 days, he rose up. And then I know the disciples said they saw him going up in his power. And today he's in the spirit. I believe that God. I have a faith and works. Whatever I ask him, I can see it. I can prove you he exists and is true God. But you show me your faith and I want to see your works. Many Christians, they have a faith, but they don't have works. Why? Wrong spirit. One John. Verse 5. 1 John, I mean. 1 John, verse 5. We're going to read verse 4.
Chapter 1.
1 John 5,
Oh,
4. Sister Sydney. Read this. Listen.
For whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
Yes. Yes, even our faith. You read that good. For whatsoever is born of God overcome. Who is born of God? When you go to the John, it's showing you believe in God, and then you are born not with blood and water, that mean man, but from God. You are called son of God. You are the flesh of God. Now he said you overcome. Now, how you overcome what? The world. In this world you live, God telling you, because he overcome in the cross. After 3 days he came back alive. He's alive because he overcome. You also, because he make you his son and his daughter, you also overcome. That's the first thing you should be in your mind. Now, secondly, he said, and this is the victory that overcome the world. What is the victory? Even our faith. I trust my company will grow up. I trust. I overcome because I'm the Son of God. I trust this disease, whatever is still there, God will heal me. You already heal. It's through faith. It make you overcome. It's like, Sister Sydney, you have to go fight, an example. And then the one who should fight with you is more strong than you, right? And sometimes you're like, I don't know even if I'm going to win this man. But what God done, he said, okay, Sydney, you know what? Don't fight. I will fight for you. He went there, beat that man, and then let him down. And they come to you, he said, you know what? You also overcome, but trust me. Anytime that happens, I will go for you. Not you, but trust me. But I'm telling you, you overcome already. How? Faith. You see that? That's great. Now, I have 2 more verses. Now, I will say maybe 3, but 2 Peter. 2 Peter 1. 2 Peter 1. 2 Peter 1. Yes. We are going to read the 2 Peter verse 5.
And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge.
Yes. In your faith also you need virtues. And how do you call it in English? Science, right? Knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
You also need a knowledge. What is that knowledge? Right? Now let's go to the book of Proverbs 1. It's just good to know about this. Proverbs 1, verse 7. One 7. Now listen to this.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Right. Waiting for Sister Kelly. Proverb 1, verse 7. Are you there, right? Now read 8, please. Also.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Good. Now listen. The fear of God, because he just told us our faith need also science, knowledge and virtue. Now he's saying how we know about this knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Now, which Lord here? You see, that's why people should know which God they're following. Because when you know that God you're following, now you fear him. Fear is not meaning you are scared of him. No. That fear just means you respect him, you follow him, you do what he's asking you to do. That the fear mean. It's not you are scared of him. No, that not. Now, when you start doing that, you know about him. He said that is the beginning of knowledge. Today, I'm just going to say something we were talking about with Brother Dave. God used him in the way I never even think. I say that knowledge, it only can come from God. When you start fear God, when you start following him, when you start, be the way he wants you to be, do what he's asking you to do, he's going to increase your knowledge. That means that's going to help now your faith to be strong. Because if you don't have a knowledge, how your faith going to work? That's why we come in here every Monday to increase our knowledge. And that make our faith strong, more strong. And then he said, but fullness despise wisdom, and the instruction, in French they call them insensé, fullness. They neglect that. For them, knowledge is what they're going to, I don't know how they're getting that. But the knowledge here, the wisdom here is God. Who's going to reveal to you his deep ways. And that's going to make you strong and give you power. The only thing people are looking today is power. Most thinking power is coming from money. Most thinking power is coming from knowledge. You know, look, when somebody so instruct, so intelligent, is feeling like he's above everybody. He got a power. When somebody got more money, you know, he's like above, like Trump, an example. You know, he's feeling a power. But the true power and wisdom is God. Now, knowledge, power, virtue, all those things need also your faith to be there. Because when you have those things, your faith is going to be strong. You can stand somewhere. Any kind of situation may come. He just told us, because you are my son, you all overcome the world through faith. Now, that faith needs knowledge. Because in the world, we have many situations, many kind of problem will come. Now, because God is the one who created all those things, is the owner, let's say that, he knows how he's going to lead you. You need also knowledge in your faith. The knowledge, the word of God. And he knows how he's going to lead you in this world. Teach you how to live, how to grow, how to be in your marriage, how to be patient. How he's going to teach you in different ways. And then you have that knowledge that's going to work with your faith. And then you're going to have peace, joy, and happiness. Now, let's go to the book of Hebrew. That's where we're going to close. Hebrew 11. Hebrew 11, verse 6. We're going to close there today.
But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
We know that without faith, it's impossible to please him. You may know God, you may have this, but if you don't have faith, you're not pleasing him. You're worrying too much, too many questions. You're not pleasing him. But when those questions come to you, when those worry coming to you, when those confusion coming to you, he said, come back to me. Trust me. Have a faith. He can use me. He can use Brother, Bethany, Kelly, anyone to tell you what you was waiting to hear. Why? Because you trust him. He knows the right time, the right word, where it should come from to give you peace, joy. That's why I say without faith, it's impossible to please him. And then now you have a faith, he will reward you. That is like your gift, your bonus, your pay. Get your pay reward because you trust me. God bless you.